Well guys, the harvesting kind of day. Co-worker Brendon came over, he's giving me a hand. He's going to be working on the bumper, and I'm going to be working on the engine mounts, so should be able to get a lot done today. Well guys, weather took a turn for the worst. Raining like crazy out. It's been like that most of the day. Brendon left a little while ago. I've just been slaying it since he left. I got both sides of the motor mounts for the motor side attached and welded up. I just have to sequence of events. I gotta put the transmission back onto the engine. I gotta slide it in, line it up, and then I have to figure out how far I need to build the mounts out and how to attach them. I cut the motor mounts for the frame side off the frame so I can they're not gonna line up in the factory Toyota location. It's just all there is to it. So I have to build my own. I'm gonna sneeze. I've been grinding and stuff so much. Uno momento, much better. Anyways, I'm gonna sneeze again. Freaking bugs. Take 3. Okay, so I cut the frame mounts for the engine off. They're just not gonna line up in the same location. It's just not gonna happen. So I've kept them. So what I'm gonna do is build mounts, or build gussets, I guess? Mounts, gussets, something like that. Line it up and then burn everything into place. But I'm going to be using the Toyota factory engine mounts. We'll see how they work. Austin Imella, I'm not sure how to say his last name. He's got a 1.9 in his Toyota pickup, and he had to go to hydraulic engine mounts because they the factory Toyota mounts, I guess he was saying, they're just too vibratey or noisy or something. I forget what exactly he said about it, but I don't mind a little bit of noise because these tires are going to be making plenty of it. And my truck's going to be quite a bit louder than his, I think. A, it's a 1.6. B, I'm running 3-inch exhaust into a 5-inch stack, so noise is not, I don't care really. Comfort, I'm more of a function over form kind of guy. If it works, I can get used to it, unless it's absolutely awful. But I'll show you guys what I've been up to. Alright, here's the one side. I'm not sure if I'm totally happy with it or not. I might try to build a little attachment off it to like that bolt just to give it some triangulation. It's not a heavy engine, like I could probably lift this up myself, but it's the torque that I'm kind of worried about, and there's no forward or backwards movement, so it's going to be all like this. This is like 3/8 plate, so I'm not worried about it. I'm an overbuild it kind of guy, so I'm thinking maybe triangulate it a little bit, and we'll see what happens. But the other side, oh my frig, was that tricky to figure out. I also pulled my my bell housing off. I need to get pressure plate bolts, and I need to figure out my pilot bearing. That guy is .589. I rounded up to .590 right here. So I'm thinking maybe try to find a bearing that this can fit on, and build an adapter that presses into the crank and it has the bearing on it. If I don't have enough room for that, like if this ID is too small to fit an adapter with a bearing in it, what I might do is just pick up some brass or something and machine it to put it in there and put that into the brass. So Brass is a lot softer than steel, a lot more forgiving, so I'm probably going to do that. I did not have the original pressure plate bolts. They're M8x1. I think I had 1 or 2 of them. So tracking those down, anything metric fine thread, like weird sizes, is really hard for me to get. But I'm gonna try. Hopefully I don't have to wait too long. I just need them 15 mil long, and that'll do. But I'll show you guys the other side of the mount, or the other driver's side mount. That one was a lot more tricky to figure out. So this is what I came up with for this side. I machined spacers. They're 1 inch. There's one here and there's one under there. Those replace the power steering bracket. I'm gonna have to machine this thing down to compensate for that. And I'm gonna have to get a new bolt that is 3/8 longer, just because that holds the power steering bracket on, and I think I need the full length of it. I don't think there's any stick out on the threads, so but anyways, I had to machine these with how is it, an eccentric hole, the hole that's not on center. There you guys go. So I used my 4-jaw chuck and offset the hole because the oil pan is right there, and I wanted some girth to these. I wanted some beef. It's all covered in diesel right now because I found a battery, wanted to see if it was any good, cranked it over a couple times, and she spat diesel all over it. So that's why that's why it's wet. That's diesel. Diesel. But yeah, this thing is freaking beef. Even without these supports, it was beef. I put a pry bar on here and tried to wiggle it, and it just wasn't having any of it. So this is what I'm going to do for the driver's side mount. The passenger side mount, I'm not sure yet. I have to drop this engine in once I get the transmission mounted back onto it, and we're going to see where the mounts line up, see what I have to do to make it work. Whatever it takes, doesn't matter. I also put my Toyota oil pressure sending unit on here. I machined this, or not machined it, but I modified this a long time ago to go into the Volkswagen pressure thinger. Oh man, it's been a freaking long day. This is one of these. All I did was I threaded the end of it so that it threaded into the oil filter housing, and then I threaded the inside of this so that a Toyota gauge would thread into that, or a Toyota sending unit would thread into it. So that works. I used it on that engine, the OG, and it worked just fine. Yeah, and as you guys saw, Brendon was just slaying the bumper. He got a ton of parts cut out. There's still a few more that need to be cut out. We're kind of running a little low on steel, and he had to go, so he got a bunch of stuff cut out. That little segment was freaking hilarious. Yeah, we got these two to cut out. All those pieces, I believe, are cut out, except for this one, which is being cut out right now. That's what that is. His idea to label everything, because I forgot to do that when I cut it all apart and couldn't figure out how the hell it went all back together, but we didn't have some of the major parts. Yeah, this guy here is that big one that fits on the front and reaches down to the shackle hanger. Like I said, it's been a friggin' day. So we're going to be building that one out of a little bit thicker steel, just because it's literally going to see all the abuse. That's what's going to push all the stuff that I'm driving over down and under the truck. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Added a couple more cans to the collection. And here's that battery I found. It was sitting in the White House. I forget how long I've had this one for. I forgot I even had it. I was sitting in the White House for like a year or a year and a half. I stuck the old voltmeter on it, and it was showing 13.6 or 13.36, something like that. So I was like, holy crap. So that's why it's all covered in diesel, because I wanted to see if it had enough turn and over power, and it wasn't just sitting with the charge and not any oomph to back it up, because I've seen that before. As soon as you put a load on a battery, it just flatlines. So not the case. It's got some jam. But yeah, we were burning through the discs like crazy too. These ones they're not as good as those German ones that I've been getting. These are also 4.5. The German ones that I've been getting are 5-inch, because I have a 5-inch grinder, but yeah, I don't know. They were cheap. They were less than $1 a piece. I got 50 for, I think it was 30 bucks. Can't complain. The German ones cost me $3.50 a piece, but they last like 4 times as long as these. So I don't know. I think these are actually still a better deal when they're on sale. When they're not on sale, they're about $1 a piece. So I'm starting to ramble. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for today. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.